Welcome back to Soniagogy Integration Academy. My name's Chewy. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to change something about yourself? You said the right things. You told yourself, I'm going to handle this differently next time. And then that next time comes and you did the same thing again. And now you're sitting there like, okay, what just happened? And this is where I feel most people are getting stuck at because because saying something different doesn't mean something will change. Because your system doesn't work like that. It doesn't change from what you say. It changes from what you practice day after day, moment after moment, through what you feel, what you repeat, and what you actually do when it counts. That's how it learns anything. Your subconscious isn't sitting there grading your words like, wow, that was a great affirmation, buddy. Let's upgrade your life. Absolutely no. It's watching your body. It's paying attention to what you feel and what you do under pressure. So you can say all the right things, but if your body feels the same, nothing really changes. And that's why people feel stuck because they're talking differently, but they're feeling identical. And your system will always follow what it feels, not what it hears or what you say, but what it feels. So now the real question, what are you actually practicing? Are you practicing reaction? Are you practicing presence? Because whatever you practice becomes what shows up again and again, especially when things get real. That's how your system builds what feels normal. And this is where it tends to hit home for people. People stay in jobs that drain them, not because they're loving it, but because it's familiar, right? I know this boss, I know this job, and I'm comfortable here. People stay in relationships that don't feel safe, right? They know this one, they can control this one, they say. Not because they're feeling good about it, because it's known. And your system reads familiar as safe, even when it clearly isn't helping you. So when things get intense, you don't rise to your goals. You fall back to what you've practiced. Now, let that land for a second. That's where the frustration comes from, right? Because you know better, but your body's still reacting the same way. And it starts to feel like something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You've just been practicing something without realizing it. So now we practice something different on purpose. And it starts right in the moment you feel the shift. You know the one where your chest starts to compress and your breathing starts to change and your tone wants to change, when your tone wants to rise or shut down. That moment right there. Even 1 second of pause begins something new because space creates the awareness and awareness gives you choice. And if choice is repeated, it becomes who you become. So we keep getting it simple. So we keep it simple when you feel triggered. You pause, you briefly just to notice your body, notice your breath, notice how you're holding yourself, and notice the urge, that urge to jump, defend, over explain, react. That urge isn't bad. It's there for a reason. That's your system trying to protect you. And protection feels familiar. So instead of fighting it, you guide it. You slow your breath down. You stay present just a little longer. You let the moment open up instead of closing in because your system follows what it repeats the most. Not what you said once, while you were relaxed on the couch thinking, yeah, I got this. I can do this. No, now you're giving it something new to follow. You, you're making calm something that recognizes. You're making presence something that can access. And you practice this in real life, not when everything is peaceful, but when things feel fast, messy, and a little uncomfortable because that's where your patterns usually take over. And now you're stepping in, and over time, that guidance starts to feel normal. That's how change actually happens. Now we're going to go a little deeper. Now we're going to go to inner guidance. And this is where you start trusting yourself because there are two voices in you. One is loud, it's fast, it's very reactive, and it's urgent. It's like that friend who jumps in, who gives you advice immediately, do this, do that. You already know it's probably not the best move, but we have a tendency to listen to it anyways. And then there's the other one, the quiet one, the steady one, the one that you trust a little. You don't trust as much. Now, you don't rush it. It doesn't yell and it just knows. Most people follow the loud one because it feels urgent, because the quiet one, that's your guidance. And the more you slow it down, the more you can hear it, the more you practice presence, the more you start trusting it. Now, let's take this even further. Let's talk about new perspective, because most people think they're reacting to reality. But what they're really reacting to is their interpretation of reality. Now, let me show you what I mean. One day, while I was laying on bed with my wife, I touched her butt with my hand. And she says, babe, your hand feels really hot. And I said, wow, babe. I said, your butt feels really cold. And I thought for a moment, I was like, wait a second, there's something here. We had the same experience. Oh, well, we had a moment, the same experience, but we had a totally different experience. So I got curious. I touched my own body and it felt cool from my hand's perspective. But then I shifted my attention to my butt on what I was feeling from my butt's perspective. And you know what started happening? I started to feel the warmth from my hand. So the same moment, nothing changed except where my attention went. And that's how your mind works. See, you think you're seeing the truth, but you're seeing interpretation based on where your focus is. So now when something is happening, you've got options. You can react or you can get curious. You can also assume or you can explore. You can judge and you can understand what's going on. And that moment, your perspective shifts. Your experience will shift. So it's the same it could be the same situation, but a completely different reality. In the next video, we bring everything together. We move into gratitude and growth and mindset. How to unlock in everything you've been training so it becomes natural and change actually sticks. That's Soniagogy, the dojo of your mind, where we take you from knowing to doing to being, join the revolution and take back the power from your patterns. That have been running they've been running you and how it shows up in your life under pressure, in your relationships, with your friends, family, and with your partner. I did. Let me show you how. Just like I've shown Pathfinders before you, follow me here, give me a thumbs up, and if you like the content, please share this video with someone who may need to see this. And join the Soniagogy community. If you're ready to train this, not just understand it, visit soniagogy.com. You'll also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just type in Soniagogy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And until next time, be well and take care.